Oh, yeah.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to our live. I'm your host for today. My name is Edna, and I'm excited for everyone hopping on socials. Of course, we have our lovely Elizabeth today, who will be talking about everything that she's been doing. But before we hop into that, I'd like to let you know that we still have a few more free tickets left. You will be able to find those in the link for the survey in the comments. So forget to fill it all the way out. So you're able to get those free tickets before they run out, since we only have a few left. But if you're not able to get those free tickets, our registration is going to be up soon. So you can also have a chance to go to our Latina Entrepreneurship Conference. You'll meet so many wonderful women who are also business owners and learn more about how you can start your small business or continue in your growth in your small business on September 20th. So keep an eye out for that free survey link so you can be one of the last couple remaining free tickets that we have. But now I would like to hop into our live with Elizabeth from Brambelii. So Elizabeth, hi, we want to know more about you, how you got started, and how Brambelii and Gio's Foundation came to be.
Hi, everyone. It's first of all, thank you so much for this space to be able to talk about Brambelii as well as Geo's Purpose Foundation, and to tell you a little bit of how I started. Um, I started a little before, okay. Let me go back from a little back from the beginning. So, my family and I, we have been through some tragedies, and it would go back to the year 2019 when my youngest brother of three, he had an accident. He had a complete spinal cord injury, and because of that, he's now confined to a wheelchair. So at that time, I would say that was my first introduction to entrepreneur and what it is to be a small social. I'm sorry, I'm a small business owner, and we started our commercial. I'm sorry, cleaning business, and I just knew that at that time we had to get together as a family. We were just looking for a way to provide support for my brother, and I would say that's when I came to this world. But as time passed by, I also wanted to do something that was also more Elizabeth, more me, and that's when I started with Brambelii. In Brambelii, I just love what it's turning into. It's Yes, it's a jewelry brand and also doggy accessories, but our purpose is basically um, it's a beautiful purpose because it's partnering or collaborating with our partner organization, which is a nonprofit organization, Geo's Purpose Foundation. And Geo's Purpose Foundation is basically a organization that I established to honor my brother's memory. And this is my other brother, our middle brother. So in 2019, just a few months after my youngest brother had his accident, our brother Giovanni, his life was taken. He was a victim of gun violence, and this happened in year 2020. So it was the beginning of COVID, on top of many other things that were happening in our country at that time, right? So we um, we lose my brother, and just a few months after my youngest brother basically having a body transformation. um, so from then, I knew that have I wanted to basically help my brother's dreams that would cut short to persevere. So with Geo's Purpose Foundation, we are going to award scholarships to honor his name. He was a STEM student and he was very good in math. He was very good in science, and his life purpose, I would say, was to help our younger brother. So I'm sorry if I'm confusing you, but it's basically everything has been revolved about my family and the experiences that we've had with my two brothers. So in Brambelli, we love to help people find that item or that piece of jewelry that if you're looking for a present for a birthday or Mother's Day or your mother's or your parents anniversary, and you just want to give something that's meaningful but also has a beautiful purpose, that you're also giving back to the community, because Brambelli donates its profits to the Geo's Purpose Foundation. So it's all a combination, like everything's basically both the business and the nonprofit organization are combined to give back to the community and basically help the youth. So yeah, that's a little bit of what Brambelli and Diego's purpose is.
And with Brambelli, how do these little gifts and dog accessories? How are you able to find them for so you know that they can be given as gifts, and you know that they give that personal touch from you?
Well, I would say that it goes back to me wanting to get or find accessories for my dog. I have a golden retriever, and I was always struggling to find cute items for him that were also affordable. So that's something I keep in mind. Also, I love jewelry, and I wanted to have high end quality that was also affordable, because growing up in a Hispanic culture, we are, especially in this country, we grew up watching prices, taking care of our expenses. So I used to, and I love to just, I love to give. That's something that I love. So I'm always looking for something that's meaningful. I don't just like to buy a gift just to buy it. I like to have for the gift to have like purpose, or for the gift to mean something to the receiver. So if I know that, I don't know, my mom likes flowers, then I wanted to have to be a like something meaningful to her, like it's going to be like a small flower or something like that. So I try to find things that have that are good quality but also affordable, and that have more meaning versus just just having a lot of inventory. You might see that I have a smaller inventory, but it's high end quality and more meaningful.
That's amazing that not only are people finding these really awesome gifts through Brambelli, but because you're finding gifts with purpose, but you're also the funds are going to something with a purpose. So there's all
Mhm.
these connections to that, which is incredible to see how you're giving to the community in that way. And with Geo's Purpose Foundation, um, how are you? How do people sign up for, like, especially if for high schoolers now with graduation coming up, how can they sign up for these scholarships so that they can be encouraged to go to school and continue their education?
So we do have our website, and sorry, if anybody goes to geospurposefoundation.org, you can find information about the next scholarship, when to sign up, how to fill out the application. But also, I like to communicate, and I'm very accessible. So if you message me, email me, or even through, I know a lot of young people now, they communicate through Instagram or Facebook, social media, right? So we're also on social media, and I do have all the links for the website. And we also worked with the high school that my brother graduated from in 2020, and they were also very helpful. I have also connected with other teachers from other schools. I recently connected with here in our community, right, in Houston, Texas. I also connected with another counselor from another high school. So that's something that I'm looking forward to continue to do, just connecting with different schools so that I can spread the word. But the main thing, yeah, geospurposefoundation.org.
I love that. And I love that you're able to provide these things for kids who don't know how to continue their education, because college is not cheap, especially in
It's
the
not.
US.
Yeah.
Um, And with everything that you've been doing, do you also hold community events to encourage these students to be able to continue moving forward?
So with Geo's Purpose Foundation, we just started, I would say, about 6 months ago. And our first event was back in December. It was a toy drive for kids in foster care, and we did have some volunteers then. And we afterwards we did have just recently this May we had at the beginning of May, I'm sorry, we had a prom giveaway to students as well. So we're slowly but surely connecting with the young students and the young people through social media, and through these two events we have had good feedback from the community. And I do have we do have some projects coming up as well. We do have the very first scholarship award this May, so I'm hoping that a lot of people are going to also, we're also going to spread awareness through there. We also have the help of Estefania. She's Miss Grand Pearland 2025. And I know she has her own scholarship program that she's working on as well. But with her, we hope that we can also, you know, get to more people, get to more youth, and hopefully we can continue to grow that way.
And I love that you, even with all the hardships that you've gone through in your life, you're able to do these wonderful things for the community. Would you say keeps you moving forward, and how would you, if other women who are out there may also go through other hardships, like what are advice that you would give them?
I would advise that just every time that something happens in your life, it's meant to either teach you something, or more like we're meant to either learn something from it, or just give up, right? We have two options. So I always, just as I learned through my mom, she's a strong woman, and even everything that we've been through, her words are always, at the end of the day, we have the choice of giving up or just continuing, right? So I always would like to advise, just keep going and find a good support system. I know that it might be challenging to find a good support system, but it is very possible. I My family, we have received so much help through our family, but also through family friends and close friends, and just people that have heard about my story, even just through mediums like this. Like, I know I'm sharing the story with you, but I know some people are hearing, and you never know, just using your voice, sharing your story, somebody might just reach out. And honestly, just I just want to share something. It also goes along with this. Since we started with Brambelii Geo's Purpose Foundation, every time that there's an obstacle, and I just think like, it feels like, oh my god, now it's we don't know what to do, we don't know how to overcome this, right? Something happens, and I'm a woman of faith, so I always call it the favor of God. Something happens, we get the answer, but I think that it's because I have this life purpose that is now sharing my brother's story. And I believe that the more that I share it, the more that anybody that has a story shares it, the more that it's going to give you the strength, and the more that you're going to be able to continue. And at the end of the day, you're just going to look back and you're going to see everything you're accomplished, and that is just going to keep you pushing forward.
That's wonderful. And I love that you do have this greater purpose keeps you to move forward. And uh, how would you say that you're able to, also take care of yourself, even because you're busy, you're doing all these things. So, what are the ways that you're able to also take care of yourself while you're reaching this purpose?
Hmm. I think that's the hardest question to answer because I even ask myself that sometimes. I ask myself, okay, I think that I've come to the conclusion that at the end of the day, there's never going to be like a real balance. So I would say I just choose to embrace it. So whenever I do get that free time, just take full advantage of it. Don't I try not to use it to be on social media or to, just I try to just use it to really just rest and maybe read a little bit or listen to a podcast that calms me or that helps me. But that's one of the things that I've realized. I try not to look for balance because it's never going to really be there. It's more like embracing it and just doing what I can, taking it day at a day, and just, yeah, just embracing it.
And could you talk more about this gala that's coming up for Geo's Purpose Foundation and when it's going to happen?
Yes. So it's a very special day. It's the first scholarship that we're going to award to honor my brother, and it's going to be awarded to a student in STEM, and it's from the high school that he graduated from. It's going to be in a venue in Baytown. It's going to be in May 30. It's a Friday, May 30th, from 6:30 to 10:30. And we're going to have dinner. We're going to have the scholarship ceremony where we're going to introduce the winner. And also, we're going to have an interview, or not an interview, I'm sorry, but a video of interviews with previous teachers that knew my brother, so we can get to know Gio through other people, because I can tell you he was the best brother all day, but it's not the same as hearing it from somebody else. We're also going to have a show, a belly dance show. And yeah, so we're very excited. We're going to have Miss Grant Perlin 2025 as well. She's going to be sharing a little bit about her own experience with gun violence. And also, we're going to have Miss Ingrid. She's a therapist, and she's going to work with us so that in the future we can provide therapy services for families or, young people that, may not have a good financial resource to go through therapy, but they really would like to. And yeah, it's just going to be a night of sharing about Geo's Purpose Foundation's vision and mission.
Amazing. And so, along with being able to purchase through Brambelii to give to Geo's Purpose Foundation, are people able to give in other ways, in other platforms?
Yes. So you through Brambelli, you can, like as you mentioned, you can purchase items, but also we do have a donation link there. But also, if you go directly to Geo's Purpose Foundation, we do have donations. And if you would like to attend the gala, we do have the tickets on sale there. Currently, those are the main ways to make donations.
Amazing. And how can people find you, Brambelli, and Geo's Purpose Foundation so that they know how to connect with you? And then if people, so that way, what are your links that we can find you?
So we are on Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram, and it's the same name all across: Brambelli or Geo's Purpose Foundation.
And with being able to do all that, I want to thank you again, with one, joining our live, and then two, for doing everything that you have been doing for the community, because that's something that's very much needed. And then, of course, before we end it completely, I want to say that if you want to hear more stories like this, and want to meet inspiring women in the community, we still have a few more free tickets available for our Latina Entrepreneurship Conference on September 20th. So you can also be part of this conversation. Elizabeth, you've been doing amazing things. And of course, your family is to thank for that as well. Is there anything that you would like to let other entrepreneurs out there know, or any other words of advice that you'd like to give us?
Yes, something that I've personally learned: don't be afraid to ask for help. Everywhere you go or anybody that you meet, just approach them with the best of yourself, and just also take advice, because a firm believer that in the entrepreneur world, there's no ego. You just just take advice, because you know there are going to be people that are maybe ahead of you. You can learn from them, so don't be afraid to ask and accept the advice. And I think if you do that and you have a good heart and always try to just be um, full of integrity, always with everything you do, then you're going to succeed.
Well, thank you again. And that was honestly wonderful, because that's true. We do all need to ask for help in this lifetime. We can't do life alone. Um,
Mhm.
the lonely road, it's a lonely road if we try it, and it's never successful. And you have a wonderful support system behind you from what you've told us. And we can't wait to see you and your mom, hopefully in the future, and just be able to have that conversation in person. But yes, of course, go please support Brambelii and at Gio's Purpose Foundation on all socials, and be able to donate to that wonderful cause to be able to help the community. And of course, just know more about her brother when you go to the gala and see everything that he's done or he did in his lifetime while he was with us. And but thank you again, Elizabeth. And of course, we'll hopefully see everybody at our conference on September 20th. We still have a few tickets available, so don't free tickets available. But if they do run out, registration will be live soon. But thank you again, and thank you to everyone who tuned in. We can't wait to catch you on our next live tomorrow. Stay tuned for that, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Bye.